So here we've got the new alternator and we'll be installing that today. So first things first, to get the seat up. So we've got the clip here in the middle and we undo that. Then we've got another yellow clip underneath the passenger seat. Pull it aside, lift it up, and then we've got the plastic securing, and we just secure that to the side of the vehicle. So now we've got the battery and we've got a 10mm. So we've got to undo the battery so that it doesn't charge or cause any charge with the alternator, blowing anything up, so ruining any of the circuits. So disconnect the battery, and now we've got the 14mm, and we're going to be taking the seat, the driver's side seat off. So just use a socket wrench, and then we take the front part off of the bolts. So there's 4 to secure, 2 at the front, 2 at the back, and I'm just using the 14mm socket. So we take that off with the rails come off with the seat. So we pop that out, and now we've got access here. So we've got the 12mm socket here, and we're taking out the bolts for the securing cover plate. 5 12mm to take out. And I'm just using the electric socket wrench to just make it a little bit more speedy. So now we're using the 12mm socket to take off the aluminium cast hose here. So there's a bolt on the side here that's like a bracket that holds it in tightly. So we'll take that out. And now we use a small socket wrench with a 10mm socket on the end. So we'll be loosening the P-clamps, which are these steel ringed clamps that go around the hose. So we've got 2 on each side. So we've got 1 at the bottom and 1 at the top that we're undoing here. And then over the other side, we'll also do 1 at the top and loosen it at the bottom as well, so we can pull this thing out. But not before having to get access to the middle section here, where we also need a 10mm to loosen this and then undo and get the little bolt out. And there's a little bolt, and then you're able to leverage this out and underneath power steering hoses. So in those hose openings, it's good to put rags just so nothing falls in there. And now we're got access to the alternator electrics. So we pull out the green plug, so you got to push that in and pull it out. And now with the 10mm socket, you undo the bolt that's connecting the terminal to the alternator. So we'll disconnect that. And now it's time to take the serpentine belt off. So I've got the 14mm socket. We're gonna loosen the tensioner there by pulling it towards the passenger seat way. Now you got to take the belt not just off the pulley tensioner, but also off the alternator. Otherwise it will just get stuck over the socket. So now I'm just removing the belt completely away from the alternator properly, so that we've got better access. So now with the 14mm socket, we're going to take off the pulley that's just in front of the bolt above the alternator, the top one, because you can't get access to the bolt without this pulley in the way. So yeah, 14mm, you just undo that bolt and then you're able to take the pulley off. So that's what it looks like, the pulley that's just in front of the bolt in front of the alternator. So now we've got access to the alternator. So with an extension, I used a 14mm socket with a little bit of extension on there, just so that I've got access, because there's a few things in the way. And so it's a bit of a slippery one and a bit harder to get to. So I kind of used my left hand to steady it, and also I used the electric tool just to make it a little bit quicker, because there's a long bolt and it takes a little bit more time to get out. So there we go, we've got that longer bolt out, the one at the top of the alternator, and now we've got the one at the bottom. So the one at the bottom is a different sized socket. It's not the 14mm, it's 12mm, so it's a bit smaller. This is a really hard access to get to, and you really got to feel it out, because you can't see what you're really doing here. So I found that coming from the top of the engine bay is a lot easier than from the bottom though. So yeah, it's a lot easier to get access that way. And I've just put the alternator on the bottom pan here, because after that you got to take off the intake for the turbo. So I've just undone with a screwdriver on one side. So you can use a flathead screwdriver or a little 10mm socket to undo that clamp. So after you've undone the clamps, you can just move that out of the way. So This is just at the side here underneath the driver's area. And yeah, you just pull the alternator and just wiggle it out, and it comes up underneath the power steering hoses there. So you can see you just gotta have probably the pulley section facing upwards, and then you can get it out that way. And there's the old alternator, and it's a bit rattly and had a blown bearing. So here's the new alternator in completely good working order, and I picked this up at Burson's for $440, where you'd usually pay a lot more at the mechanic. They'd do that 10% markup or 20% markup, and also obviously for labor. So yeah, this is how I got it back in. Just around those, you can see the power steering hoses there, and I just had the pulley facing upwards and got it down and just put them on the bottom of the pan there. So now you got to feel your way around and just feel where the bolt hole is and get that smaller 12mm socket wrench in there and tighten that up. So that's the bottom bolt, and then you got the top part of the alternator with this top bigger bolt, long bolt, and so you line that up in by hand and then tighten it up with the socket set here. So once again, got the extension, the smaller extension, so that you can reach around those pulleys. And then I just hold it a little bit more firmly with my left hand, otherwise it'll slip off and you can round the bolt off. So make sure that's on nice and properly and tightened up. So now we've got the pulley that goes right in front of that bolt that was stopping the access. So now you can put that pulley on and line that up. And that's also a little bit hard to see, and you just got to feel your way around and tighten that up by hand before using the 14mm socket. Just makes it that little bit quicker. So here we've got the 14mm socket, and we just get that onto the pulley, and with my left hand keeping it sturdy, and we just tighten that up. So not too tight where it will break the bolt, but firm enough that it's not going to go anywhere. So now it's time to put all the plugs back in. So we just got the plug that's above the alternator here, so just plug that back in, and now we're just going to go underneath the power steering lines here. We've got the green plug, so we just pop that back in, and an alternator terminal that has a little slot that just slots right in. So then after doing that, we put the 10mm nut in place and do that by hand. And then we got the little socket wrench that can tighten it all up nicely. So there we go. Now we've got the cap on top to stop it from connecting or hitting anything and short circuiting terminals or fuses. So that's a nice little cap that you just pop on top. So here's the diagram for the belt and its configuration. So I just found if the pulleys are smooth, then that's the back side, and if they're ribbed, that's the front side or the underneath of the belt. So it's a bit tight in there and a bit fiddly, but yeah, you know, you can get around all the pulleys and put it all in place. And here I am just trying to get it over power steering pulley, and then that goes down to the smaller pulley and then goes around the alternator. So once you've adjusted all that and made sure that the belt is around every pulley, it's time to get it onto the tensioner. So you put it over the tensioner first, otherwise it makes it very difficult to move the belt. So now that the tensioner is pulled down, you can then move the belt over the alternator and also over that smaller pulley that's above the alternator. So yeah, you can see it can slip off pretty easily. So it's good to just hold it down and put the tension with one arm, and then adjust everything as you can with your left arm. As I said, it's a little bit fiddly, but with a few goes you'll work it out. So there we have it, it's all done. Well, the belt's on, nice and tight. Now it's time to put everything back on. Reattach the intake hose, do that up with a flathead screwdriver or a 10mm socket. Now for the aluminium cast hose to put back in. So on the left hand side here, make sure it's nice and snug. So you don't want any gaps, because it can cause a whistling sound, or the air intake won't be great. And also on the right here. So make that nice and snug, and then do that up with the 10mm socket. So you got both sides, and then you got the bolt that secures also at the top here, that is like a bracket that holds it in place nice and tight. And so we'll do that up with the 10mm. nice and secure. Now we've got the center bolt that goes in the middle again. So down here with 10mm. So you got to kind of navigate blind and then find the spot to put it in. So tighten it up by hand first and then use a little socket wrench. It's probably the easiest to get into the spot with the small extension on the end. And now we're tightening the circular clamp on the left hand side here. Ensure that it's nice and tight so that no air will come out. So now that's all done, we can fasten the battery back up. So here we put the negative terminal back on with the 10mm there. And I just use a little spanner because it's just easier for access. And then we tighten that up. So now that we've connected all the power back up and we've got power running well, and we can start the engine and give it a good test run. So here we go, give it a nice test run. And here, look at that, fantastic. The belts are moving perfectly, nothing's slipping off, nothing's sounding bad, and we've completed the job. Now it's time to put it all back on. So here we've got the engine cover put back on the driver's side. Now we put the 5 bolts back in. I like to just put them in by hand first to line it all up, because if you tighten it in one spot then it mightn't line up properly. So we just loosely put them all in there by hand. Now time to tighten it up with the electric socket. Now we've got the carpet put back in place, put the seat back in place. Make sure the rails are in the right spot. We've got 14mm bolts to put it back in. Just put them back in by hand again, just loosely, and then tighten them up afterwards so that it all goes into place properly. And then move the seat rail forward again, and then get access to that, and then line it all up. Put the bolts back in. Just tighten it up by hand on both sides. Now use a socket. This electric socket wrench does it nice and quick. Tighten the front with the socket wrench. Put the seat down the passenger side. I've also just got a battery charger there because the battery went pretty flat, so I've just got that trickle charging over time to recharging the battery to full charge. So there, we're all done. Thanks for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed the video and it helps you heaps, and I'll see you next time for the next video. Thanks for watching Damos's Handyman Workshop.